Hello everyone, welcome back to Indiana Kayak Fishing Journal. Last weekend I got the chance to get out with my friend Mike on Oliver Lake in northern Indiana. We were going out after trout. The forecast was bright and sunny and a little bit windy, like 10 to 15 mile an hour winds over the course of the day. So one of the things about trolling for trout on some of these lakes is when I'm using the fly rods, a lot of times when it's really sunny, it's pretty difficult to catch these fish. Mostly because those flies are literally a foot or less under the surface of the water, and a lot of times when the sun is bright and high in the sky like that, the fish are not willing to come all the way up to the surface to grab those lures, and they're also just not hanging out right under the surface. So I went ahead and made the decision that I was going to take the spinning rods and try trolling some of the crankbaits that I used to use years ago for some of these trout. So I got my little trout crankbait box and took that with me. And also people have been asking about trolling crankbaits for these trout as opposed to using the fly rods like I've been showing in a lot of my videos. So this will be a good opportunity to kind of show that as well. We had kind of an interesting day. We got up to the lake and our first impression when we first saw the lake is, oh no, we're not even going to be able to fish because at least 85 to 90% of the lake was covered in ice when we got to the lake, which was really surprising. The day before we went was 48 degrees. But the night in between that day and the day we were fishing, it got really calm and it got just down to freezing. So it was just enough to put a good skim of ice over the whole lake. So what our hope was as the day went on that the ice would kind of break up and we'd have a good opportunity to fish more of the lake. There was a good little open patch right in front of where the boat ramp was at. So we were lucky to get out there and start fishing. And as the day went on, we broke through a bunch of ice, and then also the wind kind of kicked up a little bit and it pushed a lot of the ice off and all the ice melted and blew off, and by the end of the day the entire lake was open again, so we were able to fish the whole lake. But like I said, the crankbaits were really effective. When the sun was real high in the sky and the wind was pretty calm, I caught most of my fish down deep on a flicker shad, probably about 10 feet down. And then once the wind kicked up and most of the ice blew off, I started catching fish on a Pins minnow, so just maybe a foot or two down under the surface, and I just absolutely hammered them on that lure towards the end of the day. I got 9 rainbows and 2 browns by the end of the day. 2 of the rainbows were really nice. I'd say one was probably about 17 inches and the other one was probably pushing 19 inches. So I got 2 really nice ones and a bunch of holdovers. Took a couple fish home to eat that you'll see in the video. Overall, just an awesome day. First couple of fish of the year. So that was nice too. But unfortunately the weather's finally taken a turn for the worse, and it looks like we're going to have a bunch of ice going forward. So my fishing opportunities are probably going to be somewhat limited for the next couple of months. Maybe get out and do some ice fishing, things like that, in the meantime. So I hope you guys enjoy the first trip of 2019. Oh my God, look at that. Die, ice, die. Getting easier again. Holy crap. "70 feet of water." Nice little trout. Okay, that's not how I wanted to do that, but okay. Taking you home to eat anyway, so. Boy, power. Look at that. It shakes. Oh, nice trout. Very nice trout. Slipping away back there. Little brown. That's a releaser. Beautiful little fish. Okay. Here you go, brother. Nice little rainbow. That's what I'm looking for right there. Up high is killing them right now. Holy smokes. Fat rainbow. So this is what my selection of trout lures looks like. Obviously it's just a bunch of little crankbaits. A couple different styles that work really well. Some of these shallow diving square bills work really well when you're trying to catch them up shallow. These like pins minnows or other minnow style imitation baits are just on fire. That's what I'm catching them on right now. And they're just going crazy for that lure right now. And then these Berkeley flicker shads are just an unbelievably good lure for these fish. That lure's been doing really, really good for me as well. So, like I said, you know, just try to keep it simple. All you got to do, like I said, is get out here and troll these lures around, and you're definitely going to get onto fish. So. fish. Oh my gosh. Look at that. That's freaking gorgeous. This is insane. Just getting slammed out here. These Pins minnows are just tearing them up. This is insane. There's no way around it. I just need one more nice eater trout. Another little brownie. Okay, go crazy now. That's fine. Come on, man. Settle down. So I can get a good shot of you. Come on. Come on. Come on. There you are. There you go. Later, Gator. This could be a good fish here. Wow. Yep, definitely a nice fish. They're a bit at 18 or 19 inches.